Welcome to another episode of JavaScript tutorial series for beginners. In this episode, we're going to learn data types. Before explaining data types, let me show you some examples of different data types in JavaScript. Let's write some constants. For example, name equals to some name, maybe Bob. In the previous episode, we have seen how to create a constant in JavaScript. Using the const keyword, or if you want a variable you can use the let or var keyword, and then you have to add the variable or constant name. So I have added one constant called name, and also let's say we have another constant called age, that is, let's say 25. Can you see two different types of data here? One is Bob and one is 25. The first one is called string. String can be any alphanumeric value, any word or any sentence, all those are strings. And the second constant is age, that is a number. So from this example only we can see that JavaScript has different types of data, right? Different types of values. The first is one string value, the second is one number value. The first is string data type and the second one is number data type. So now the question is, how many data types are possible in JavaScript? If you search Google about different types of data types in JavaScript, you will find 8 data types, right? So in this link, I have opened Mozilla Developers Network. Mozilla is the company who developed Firefox browser. Their documentation is pretty accurate and you can anytime reference if you want. So they have provided 7 primitive data type and 1 object type. But now you don't have to worry about all the different data types. You can only learn about few data types that is used maybe 99% of the time in your code, right? So I'll start with string, number and boolean data types, and after that undefined or null also I'll explain. So let's go to our code and write something. So the first data type you can see that is Bob, that is a string data type. The second one is number data type. Number data type can also have fraction value like 25.4 we can write. Another data type is boolean data type. Let's say I'm creating a constant with name b equals to a boolean data type that can be true or false. Boolean is a binary number. Boolean is binary and the value can be only true and false. So this is one data type. This is called boolean data type. So just with these 3 data types you can write a lot of different type of code in JavaScript. Now let me introduce you one keyword in JavaScript, that is type of keyword. So if you use this type of keyword you can inspect a data type of a variable or a constant. So suppose I want to check what is the data type of this constant name, right? So I can type of name, and definitely I need to print it. So console log, and then I'm adding type of name. Now let me run the code. You can see the type of name is a string because it is a string data type. And what is the type of age? That should be number data type. If I run this code again, it is a number data type. And if I check by type of b, it'll say the data type is a boolean. You can see the data type is boolean. Okay, now let's talk about null and undefined. Let's say you are creating one variable with var keyword or let keyword. Okay, I'll use let. So let c equals to, I'm not assigning any value here, okay? Just I'm writing let c. What will be the value of this variable c? Now if I try to check the type of c, you can see that the type of c is undefined. So that is the undefined type. When you're not assigning any value to a variable or constant, the value will be undefined. So that is a data type. Not only that, you can also assign the undefined value here. So if you run the code again, the output will be same undefined. So you can see here that similar to a string or a number or a boolean, you can also write undefined. That means the value is not defined. And there's one more data type that is called null. So I'm creating another variable called d, or let's say n. n equals to null. In this way, you can write a data type null. But interestingly, if you check the data type of null, it will show object. Okay, I'll talk about the object data type later. For now, understand this type of data types. We have string, number, boolean, undefined, and null. So undefined and null is used when you don't have any data. So undefined is normally used when the value is not defined yet, and in the later future probably the value will be assigned. So in those cases we use undefined data type. And also if you are not assigning any value, then by default the variable will have undefined value. And suppose you know that the value is not there, then we use null. Okay, null means nothing, it is just nothing. Okay, now I'm going to remove these undefined and null data types, and let's talk about strings and numbers. First, I'm going to talk about the string data type. So in this syntax, what can you see? When we write a string, we use a single quote. Also, we can use double quote like this, double quote, or you can also use backtick. So these are all valid strings. In string, you can use the space also, like this. This is also a string. So anytime when you see some single quote or double quote or backtick, then you will know that that is a string. And in contrast, if you check the number data type, you will not find any quotation, right? So that's when you know that this is a number data type. And for boolean type, it is always true or false. But remember, if you use a quote in a true or false, then it becomes a string, it is not a boolean anymore. Okay, so you have to check that, you have to be cautious about that. When you are writing a boolean, do not use quotes, single quote or double quotes. One more thing, if you use backtick, then that is called template literal. That is some advanced concept, you don't have to worry about that. You can just remember that if you want to write any string, you can use single quote, double quote, or backtick. Now with string, you can also use string concatenation. Suppose I'm writing hello and then plus world. So with this plus symbol, we can concatenate two strings. So the result value will be, so this is one expression, and the value of this expression will be hello world. So if I log it, you'll see it is printing hello world. Similarly, number data type, you can also use plus operator to add the values. Like if you want to add number 1 with 24.25.4, the result will be 25.4, sorry, 26.4. But if you're using number data type, you can also use negative symbol or division or multiplication. All those are possible. But if you're using a string data type, then you have only one option, that is plus symbol, to concatenate two strings. Now what you can do with boolean data types, with boolean also you can use logical operators. For example, this is one AND operator and this is one OR operator. So suppose I'm using AND operator, so if you add true and false, then the result will be, result of this expression will be false. If I print, the value is false, and if true and true, the value will be true. So these are Boolean algebra. You can search the internet and check how Boolean algebra works. These are the possible ways you can write different type of data types in JavaScript. In the next episode, we'll discuss about object types. And if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section, and thanks for watching.